Is that your real accent or you trying Simpsons?
Oh, you asked me if this is my real accent?
Yes. Dabba 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 dabba. Don't do that.
Yes, this is my real accent. Why are you asking me?
I thought you were copying Simpsons. Simpsons.
I don't know what is Simpsons.
Where are you from?
I am calling you
India?
from international Wi-Fi. I am from another planet. We are
Where
on
were
the
you born?
cosmic
Where were you
universal
born? Where
Wi-Fi.
were you born? Where were you born?
I was born in the planet Uranus.
Oh my God. Are you a nut job?
Excuse me, I created a room called comedy. Welcome to my house called Republican Comedy. Oh, they left. Okay, this is called Republican Comedy. Okay, I have two rooms open. One's called Republican Comedy, the other one's called Comedy. Oh, Scott, welcome. Welcome to Republican Comedy as I attempt to make my political campaign funny. If it's not funny, I don't stand a chance of winning. What do you think, Dr. Scott?
I think we got a lot of clubhouse heroes that are real life zeros.
That's what they used to say at the Citadel. They would say he's a Citadel hero, a real world zero. Welcome, Grimy, to Republican Comedy. Scott, what do you think about this chick in my PTR? You think she's hot?
I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
You wouldn't?
I don't think so.
Well, let me.
She trans? She have a dick?
It's a chick with a dick.
Oh, well.
It's a chick with
my
a dick.
testosterone's so low, that's what they call me.
Well, that chick or that guy is actually on, Hinge in a MAGA hat. And it's a trans man. And it's like, so that's a young man that has grown his hair out, dyed it blonde, wears makeup, and has, spent money doing plastic surgeries, or who knows. But I just find it amazing. What do you think about these dating apps that allow men to dress up as women and then swipe right with other men? What do you think about that?
I think those guys are asking to get the shit beat out of them.
Yeah. Well,
I think some angry guys that are pretty healthy, that are pretty insecure, if they find out, they'll just beat them up for that.
I'm not making this up, and I'm not trying to like make fun of myself, but this is a self roast, and so I matched with this really hot chick with like the most amazing tits you've ever seen. She had a fucking PhD in bullshitology from some, University of Chicago. She says, "Come meet me downtown, come to my condo." I'm like, "Oh wow, okay." So I go down there and I park. I'm like, "All right, well, like what unit are you in?" And she texts me and she says, "FY, I'm trans, right?" I was like, I looked at the profile again. I was like, holy shit, like that's like the best trans I've ever seen. But then I'm looking at the photos, I'm like, yeah, like this is all kind of like, I can tell this is all kind of manipulated. So, I said, well, if I ever see you at a bar, I'm going to fucking hock a loogie in your face. Thanks for wasting my time. Because she didn't disclose and you couldn't tell it was like that good. I don't know, she was from like the Philippines or something. And I was just like, I was pretty pissed because I drove down there and then I realized like I'm crazy and horny and this is like a fucking dude with giant fake tits and a PhD from University of Chicago. I was like, So that's my trans almost date story. But there are some people on this app that have actually slept with a trans, then they thought it was a woman. But it turns out that that slight indentation in what used to be a penis provided no penetration.
You know what's interesting? It's sort of like in poker. They figure they're pot committed. You know, they got to put the hand out.
Do you think, I know you talk about your taint a lot. Do you think when you fuck a trans, it's like technically fucking their taint spot? Like where does the
Oh yeah,
where
yeah,
does the new
absolutely,
vagina
absolutely.
go?
That's a good question.
So this is Republican comedy. I'm rebranding all of my social media domains, all of my stuff to essentially Doge Republican, Republican comedy, Democrat Doge. And I'm trying to capitalize on the Doge movement because I get the feeling that Doge is never going to go away. That what they're doing now, because if you go to Doge on X, and you look at all the accounts that they're following, there is a Doge department for every major agency now. So this really is the revolution of Doge. It is the revolution of Elon Musk. It's not just the revolution of Donald Trump. This is like Elon Musk dictatorship. And I've heard him say it on X that essentially he believes in dictatorship and authoritarianism. Um, I don't think firing Americans is the solution. I think making federal employees productive is the solution. However, some people might not like what that productivity entails, which doesn't necessarily mean being super productive. And I would say even less productivity is actually needed amongst federal employees. All their spending of money, the fact that they don't work out, the fact that their job work life balance sucks. So we can't just be hypocrites and fire people because we've spent $40 trillion on international regime changes. You see that? You see that double-edged sword there, Scott? Don't you agree that that's a big dilemma?
You know, it's funny you bring up double-edged sword. That's my grinder profile. It's double-edged sword 6969.
What was I going to tell you? I was talking to this anti-Semitic Jew-hating piece of shit on this app named T-Robs earlier, and he's basically like I call him the Jew whisperer. Or the neo-Nazi gematrist because he's always talking about like numbers and stuff, and it's so ridiculous to talk to this individual because it's like not based in intelligence or logic or any type of a glossary or an index or chapters. Like you talk to somebody who has, I don't know, the thing is you don't know what people are doing on the back end of this, if they're like drinking vodka, if they're, I mean, you just don't know anything about a person on the back end of this website, especially, anyways.
You don't know if they're tickling their taints.
You don't know if they're, a guy with blonde hair wearing a MAGA hat looking for a free steak dinner, but she's got a surprise. And she's not going to be she's not going to be in that cool Australian movie. Good day, mate. That's a man.
That's not a dick. That's not a cock. That's a cock.
So wait, do you think that this trans man is actually MAGA? Like, are there trans men that are MAGA?
Oh yeah.
There are trans MAGA men? I have a feeling. Do you think Caitlyn Jenner is MAGA?
Yeah. Yeah, she's totally conservative Republican. Pro-life.
So, my telephone number is kind of fucked on the internet. Like, if you Google my telephone number, I have it in so many YouTube videos that it, like, from a dating perspective, a girl, when she sees my telephone number on YouTube, she's like, okay, red flag. Red flag. Yeah. I'm telling you, I think I get a lot of date cancellations because my telephone number's on YouTube. And so I'm going to text this chick, but I'm going to text her from a new telephone number that I have. So she can't Google my telephone number. So I can actually get a date. I want to take my telephone number out of all my videos so it doesn't show up anymore. but I have it on
But
so
that's your
many.
brand.
Huh?
That's your brand, though.
No, the brand. Listen, the whole thing is about mind virus, essentially. Did you see the Kanye West video of him in the black KKK hood? It is so crazy, and he's going on and on about the Jews. I can't believe it's even on YouTube anymore. Let me see if it's still on YouTube. Holy shit, it is. It has 100,000 views. Have you seen this thing? It is so fucking creepy. Let me pin this for you. See, this is like why I like political media. Like, this is something we could actually like discuss and talk about. Oh, and fucking T Robs is here. I was just talking about you. So T Robs, check out the chick in my PTR. Would you fuck that chick? She's MAGA. Would you fuck her?
Of course you were fucking talking about me. You fucking love me. I was wondering why I got honey dicked into this room, but yeah, it was because of this PTR.
Scott, this is the guy that I was just talking about.
Is this a man? Is this a fucking man or something?
The guy, yeah, the guy in my photo it's a guy.
That's a guy. Yeah, that's fine.
So
it's also a filter. It's not really.
Yeah.
That's the.
Somebody said you're an asshole in my other room. They wrote, this room is boring. Tim is an asshole. He can't get laid and he hates women.
Bro, I love women.
I love women too, but he thinks you hate women, like because you're a toxic masculine or something. I don't know. Look at the link above and watch Kanye for just like 1 to 2 minutes, okay? And you are gonna see yourself in a black fucking robe, and you'll see how stupid you are, T-Robs, and you'll be like, I'm not like Kanye. I'm not like Kanye. And then watch this video, and you'll be like, oh fuck.
Bro, Kanye's a believer. I never said
I'm just like Kanye. I mean, you know, you don't have.
Kanye's a noticer. Like, you know, I'm not gonna complain.
So this is Republican comedy. This is day number 10 of my political campaign for the 16th District of Illinois. I'm turning the campaign upside down, and we're going to go full comedy and full Doge. We're backing Elon Musk and Donald Trump all the way. And we are going to get this fake Republican out of the 16th District who is basically a big, vain, egotistical rhino. Welcome to the room, Dick.
How many times have you run? Thank you so much.
This is my second time running. This is my second time running for a different position. No. I ran for committee person, which is a know-nothing position, and the Republicans spent $10,000 suing me to get me off the ballot.
Why? That's fun. Why? Because they're afraid. You know I'm having beef with Jeff, right? Jeff S. Oh, the Jew? No, I'm talking to Jared. Is Jeff not a Jew? No. I'm pretty sure Jeff's a Jew. Edmund. Hey, Edmund. Where'd he go? He's in a different physical room. In his house. I'm pretty sure that guy's a Jew, though. Maybe. That's probably half the problem. Unless you're a Jew, too. You haven't seen this shit. Amazing.
Yeah, sorry, I had to get an ice pack. My eye is swollen.
That's what happens when you look at Chinese, bro.
Oh no, my eyelid. I don't know. It's been like this for a few days. It's healing, but it's basically a cyst in my eye. It's so annoying. It's because I go to the gym and I had a sweat and then I didn't take a shower. I think it's like if you go to the gym and sweat, you can't go to sleep without showering. It's like you absolutely have to fucking take a good shower.
You fucking dirty bastard! You didn't shower after the gym.
I mean, I didn't break a sweat, so I was like,
What the fuck are you doing in the gym if you don't bring a sweat?
I don't know. I didn't like break a big sweat. Anyways, now I'm dealing with my eye. I'm gonna take a shower in a little bit. But anyways, the whole point of this room is even if I lose the election, which is
I'll win the war.
quite a while away, the point is the media and the content that will be created as a result will be like the journey itself and will be worth even the sting of loss because this guy is going to have millions upon millions of dollars to go up against a guy in his mom's basement with Miller High Life. So it's going to be fun.
But what are you going to do when you don't own JohnKitover.com anymore?
Listen, I don't want to give you what my marketing and branding strategy is.
Bro, it would be hard to find, but come on. I know how to use the fucking internet, bro.
The point is, I don't want to own any domain names, and I don't want to have any. I don't want to own any domain names. I know I already own some more and new ones. I'm using Tumblr, but I can't believe it. Like even Tumblr, like I don't know why, but they delete. It's just so fucking horrible. They delete your domain name. You got to email them because ICANN suspends your domain name. It's so stupid.
Well, why? Why the fuck did ICANN suspend your domain name?
I don't know. They suspended Adrian Dittman. I got it back, but
they suspended Adrian Dittman.
Yeah, AdrianDittman.com.
Or something. I don't know.
No, I think it's just.
Hampton tried to report me for fucking registering it.
Dude, I have videos.
I got an email about it.
There's
you don't have to respond.
some people hate Hampton because I'm getting comments like because I have filmed Hampton Spears on this app and because he's now like approaching 40,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Send me a link to anything spicy they said. Like
it's nothing. It's nothing that interesting. He's just being a little bitch.
Has he ever like criticized fat black bitches? Like send it to me.
His biggest thing was, oh no, if my fans find out what I said, like they're gonna cancel me because.
And he likes to drink drive and go buy wine when he's drunk.
No, he said black women's hair smells, and he's like, oh no, I'm so afraid that Edmund filmed me saying that black women's hair stinks.
And have you got a YouTube short of it?
I don't know. I think that YouTube account got deleted.
Get a YouTube short of it and I'll redirect Hampton Spears to get you some free views.
Nobody's see. This is why domainers are delusional. No one actually types a domain name in anymore. Like, just think about your own internet experience.
They do and they don't, right? Like
some of the big domain holders are in Florida, and I know them actually personally.
Yeah, I know some of them. They're all strokers. Very few of them make any money.
Taro, they're all Gen Xers.
Well, the people who made money in domains are the ones who like registered them in 1998 and are still holding.
Right.
So
I know
someone I know who is in South Florida.
I know so I used to know these guys from way back in the day. Mike, I forget his name. He owns HappyBirthday.com. Lance Custon, he owns HostGator. Oh my God, there's so many fucking people. Like from back in the day. The Feldmans, they own like a ton. Phone.com. I mean, like all these names, like, and these guys they're all like fucking domain brokers.
It's all stupid. It's so stupid.
They're so stupid, but Voice.com sold for like $36 million.
I'm not saying that there's not money. I'm not saying people aren't making money. I'm just saying at my level, where I'm in my mom's basement with Miller High Life, there's no point buying domain names. Having a new burner account for fucking $40 to be able to shit post comments, spam Reddit, and create YouTube videos. It's like the content and the algorithm is the new game. Like I cannot create websites that are ever going to rank ever. So there's no point. Like what I'm doing kind of works. It's my best strategy.
My man, that's your thing.
But yeah, I know people that have. I know so many people in .com and ad tech and martech, and a lot of people are just retired and they have no interest in it anymore. A lot of them have sold their companies to like hedge funds. The guy I used to work for sold his company to Shamrock Partners, which is the Disney family hedge fund. So, but damn, it's like, man, I don't know. What's Google's stock at right now? I was looking at Tesla
doesn't
and
matter.
Amazon today. They're down like 30%
Domains
this
are
year.
more important about what you do with them, right? Like, you know, all the best ones have been registered long ago, but you basically have to start with a half-decent two-word.com and eventually you make enough money that you can afford a single-word.com.
Oh, yeah. Listen, fucking Elon Musk with X. I mean, the market cap of X and XAI is 113 billion.
Okay, but you don't even know where X came from, right? That he owned that prior to the acquisition of.
Hold on a second. Let me welcome Joe to the room and Goo to the room. If you want to watch a really funny video and you want to see poor Kanye in a rundown apartment in a black KKK jumpsuit, be amazed and listen and reflect.
KKK suit?
Yeah, he's in a black KKK suit.
Oh, wow.
So just listen to what he says.
Can I order one on his website?
Listen, go for it and just watch your mental health plummet, because when you watch Kanye,
Alex Jones, my mental fucking.
Listen, I'm pretty sure that Kanye and Justin Bieber might be suffering from schizophrenia, and I hate using that terminology, but Jew derangement syndrome, if you let it, take your soul and infect your mind, not only do you surrender your own sanity, but it's just I don't understand.
It's a literal fact. Like, you can probably go read it in like Times of Israel, but like Ashkenazi Jews are 40% more likely than the wider population to be diagnosed with schizophrenia than any other group of people.
Yeah, that's true, and in BPD as well too.
Let's see what Goo writes. Yi is a literal black Hebrew Israelite, black power spurg. His rhetoric is Farrakhan terror, yep. The Nazi LARP is just trolling against Jews who he views as Caucasoids holding down blacks. He's aggrieved that white and Jewish executives in the music industry haven't put enough money in his pocket to live. It's true, right? Because if you listen to the interview, he's going on and on about how the Super Bowl chose Kendrick Lamar and how he has absolutely no hit records. It's so wild, because it's like pure narcissism and vanity, and delusions of grandeur, of extreme bizarreness. But the troll and the black Nazi stuff, it's like, oh man, I don't even know. Like, that's next level.
He's a good Christian. He loves all people, including him.
I don't even know how YouTube is allowing this video to stay up, because it's just so bizarre, and what he's saying is just not necessary.
Because we're in the new world.
You gotta understand. Look at what Goose said, though. He's complaining. He's complaining that he didn't get chosen by the money or by the Jews. The guy associates everything with Jays. It's actually very funny, because it's political, in the sense that he makes it into an all or nothing. No, this is what everybody on this app does. They make the Jew, which is a generalized term about nothing, they make it into an all or nothing argument about everything. And it's actually politically genius, because it's just pure polarization. And it's stupid, because
I still keep hearing how you're offended. I haven't heard how you've said that he's wrong.
I'm not offended. I'm trying to analyze. Listen, this is a comedy show. You gotta understand, this is a comedy reframe.
This is a fucking crybaby bitch show. You're not funny right now.
All right, well, I mean, this is what it's a roast, technically. I'm getting to the part where I start making fun of you, and I, play, Leprechaun songs. I mean, we're getting there. It's a slow build.
Come on. You gotta fucking get some new material every so often, you know what I mean?
I don't even understand
how
is there a Northern Ireland? How is there such a thing called Northern Ireland? I don't even understand it. Can you Google that for me? How is there such a thing as Northern Ireland? Like, how do you guys have like your own perimeter wall? Like, what is that? How are you guys not like a unified republic?
That's right.
Can you tell me? That's a good question. How are you guys not a unified republic? Why is there this division in Ireland? I don't even understand it.
The British kept the best 6 counties in Ireland after the Irish rose up.
But it's in the north. Why is the north better? It's probably colder up there.
It's not necessarily just about cold. Geographic, resources, people.
So you got to think like a Jew, Doctor. Dr. T-Reps, you got to think like a Jew. Where is the best coastline and the best weather?
Bigger. It's geographically the 6 counties that are also closest to the mainland. Yes, Scotland, but it's the 6 counties which are geographically closest to mainland Britain. Like, it's not rocket science.
I don't understand.
They didn't keep Cork in the south.
I don't understand, Oof. So who do you blame more, the Jews or the Muslims? Because I know, we've gone back and forth saying you blame the Jews first, but you also hate the Muslims. So who, in the end, do you blame more, the Muslims or the Jews?
The truth is, I don't hate Muslims. I hate people from the third world. Now, are a lot of those people Muslims? Yes. But isn't it interesting in a time where the socialist fucking government comes into the UK that the wealthy are fleeing to countries like Dubai? Guess what? It's Muslim. Why is it that the wealthy can be fleeing, yet all these Muslims are fleeing into the country? They're being imported into the country because it's third worlders. But Dubai isn't the third world. Yes, it's also low taxes. But it's a spectrum. And the worst of the worst are the ones. Like, there was a video of this guy from Pakistan who was in London recently, and he was saying that he saw more radicalization and extremism in London, England, than he did in fucking Islamabad, Pakistan. Right? There are more radical fundamentalists there, because, like anything, it's the best and the worst are the ones that leave, right? So the people with the money leave, but so do the fucking worst. They're the ones that go with nothing. And a little enclave of them started, and the foothold that really got going, I don't know, 30 or 40 years ago in England, were radicals, and that's what's kind of spread the most. So in theory, or in principle, I don't actually have an issue with Muslims. I have an issue with fucking third world fundamentalists. But I also know that who opened the gates, right? So causation and correlation.
I mean, Joe said in the chat that true story by Mr. Anderson. So, I mean, the complaint by anybody, whether it's African or Mexican or anybody, is anybody from a third world country that comes and sucks up resources and takes housing is a threat, to your society, to your culture.
Without a doubt, like, Goo's going off on one side, like, is he okay? No, I'm not fucking okay. I want a fucking ethno-state. By the census data, I still live in a fucking ethno-state. I have the thing that the Jews only could dream of, right? And now that it's hilarious because
you think Jews are dreaming of your ethno-state?
By the last census data, I live in a 99, like less than every other ethnicity combined is less than 1%. Yeah, I consider that an ethno-state. Yeah.
All right, welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage, Dr. Goo. We've got a real ethnic expert here.
So why do you criticize Jews for something that you want in the West?
Oh,
like, shouldn't Israel be the model?
Well, personally, I would criticize. I would criticize their means of getting a country through influence peddling and terrorism. I think that's something that should be questioned for sure. Like, why is it that they got Israel from the British? The Balfour Declaration. Who did they write the Balfour Declaration to?
Yeah, but the Balfour Declaration isn't a binding document, though.
Sure, but downstream we clearly see that it was incredibly meaningful.
Yeah, but
okay, so it wasn't a binding.
These are just memes, man. If you're really looking into it,
the Balfour Declaration is not.
It is a meme, and I'll tell you why. Because the British actually dialed back their support for establishing Israel, and they withdrew They abstained from the vote at the UN. It was actually the Soviet Union that provided the 2/3 vote for Israel to be established. The British were sick and tired of the unauthorized immigration and the shit they had to deal with a lot of the Jews that were flooding. And where did the term terrorism? And the terrorism too.
Exactly. Precise.
Right.
It's not a fucking meme.
But you can't say that Israel was a British creation. That's nonsense.
Who was in control of that territory prior to giving it to Israel, or giving it to the Jews, giving it primarily to the Rothschilds.
Yeah, the British initially were in favor of this.
The British.
Yeah, they were initially in favor of this, but then they dialed it back and then decided to abstain from the
Who was
vote.
occupying the King David Hotel?
The British.
Oh, interesting. Oh, but
Yeah, they took over after the Ottoman Empire.
I know, but it wasn't the British that basically give it.
No, diplomatically, politically, the British did not support it. No.
That's why they just give it up.
Styrian.
Anyhow, the point of the matter is, no, I'm stating that I have something that the Jews could only dream of. Doesn't mean that I wish for the Jews to have what I have. That's not what that doesn't imply that whatsoever. That's some kind of retarded assumption that you're making, but that just makes an ass out of you, not me.
Don't you think it's like an inferiority complex when you say, I have something that the Jews could only dream
By
of?
their stated goals, it's what they wish for, sure.
But what is it that you have that the average person doesn't have? I don't understand. Welcome, Joe. This is my attempt to rebrand my campaign as I run for the 16th Congressional District here in Illinois.
I'm trying to put it together.
This is a comedy show. It's a live stream comedy
If I were
show.
in Illinois, I'd definitely vote for you.
Thank you, Dr. Go.
I just wanted
to.
I wanted to rephrase the question with Mr. Anderson and add in a third party to that question. If you had to choose between the Muslim, the Jew, and the white socialist or liberal, who would you choose then?
Sorry, say that again quickly. I lost the first.
Just same question that Tara had asked you, but introduce a third party to the question of the white liberal or the white socialist. Which one would you then choose?
I would accept white socialists over Muslim conservatives.
Really?
Sure. Really? I wouldn't. This is okay. Let's go into the extreme.
The devil, right?
You're essentially asking me. No, it's worse. It's worse than that. By your measure, I would imagine. This is like saying, well, why not just let in all the black Christians in versus all the atheist liberals? Well, that's essentially the same question. I would rather live amongst white atheists than black Christians.
Really?
100%.
Wow.
100%.
I think that's very telling.
Race matters. It's just a fact. It's an objective fact.
Okay, no, it's your answer. I'm not going to beat your answer down.
No, very clearly, it's an objective fact.
So what makes your state, Dr. T-Robs, what makes your state an ethno-state?
The fact that the last census it was, and all previous census that I've looked at, it's less than 1% of all of the races combined. It's less than 1%.
So my question is, when I hear black people talk about black people, and then I hear about some white racist Jew-hating leprechaun piece of shit like yourself,
a white-loving individual.
What makes you think that your ethno-state is something called white? What is white people?
Northern Europeans.
Oh, Diego wouldn't like hearing that.
Diego's a race realist.
So even though
what does it mean? Wait, what does it mean to be a race realist?
It means that acknowledging that black people run faster than white people on average, that black people can't swim. It means that Asian people are shorter than black people. Like it's objective things that you can literally observe.
Wait, so are you saying Are you saying people are determined?
Are you turning into a libtard? Are you saying, well, I know a 7 foot
No, that's not.
man.
No, that doesn't mean I'm a libtard.
Basketball. But on average,
that doesn't mean I'm a libtard.
Asian people are fucking shorter.
you can't say this and at the same time, sort of try and discredit the accomplishments of Ashkenazi Jews, which is, I'm sure.
Let's actually.
And I know this might.
Let's look at.
I know this will hurt you, but Ashkenazi Jews are predominantly of European descent.
Exactly.
They are white.
They're
I can't distinguish
you
from
mixed meat special.
I can't distinguish you from an Ashkenazi Jew.
Well, that's because you're a mixed meat special.
But they're white,
you
though.
wouldn't know what a fucking pure thoroughbred was if you fucking saw one. Okay.
I don't think it would make
you
that
wouldn't
distinction.
understand what.
Wait, so you could spot a Jew in public?
Special, sir.
Why are you so triggered?
You're lucky I'm even referring to you.
But why?
Yeah,
but
T-Rubs,
why-
take it down a notch, T-Rubs. It's a good question. If you just saw a white man with a hat on, how would you know he's a Jew in the streets?
But Taro, hold on.
Amazing. So
Can you be a civilized white Westerner and
black people in this?
can you be a civilized white Westerner and please have a sense of decorum? Can we have dialogue? Can we have it back and forth without you spurting? Dude, I'm telling you right now, having a combo with you is like having a combo with Jazzy. You're literally, you have the temperament of a person like Jazzy.
This is some kind of attempt at a smear.
And if anything, that's actually a disputation of your race realism because you have the temperament of the average black person on this app. But dude, can you not resort to two quote fallacies, please? Can you chill?
White people.
Can you chill, bro?
Out of their way.
Why are you
Everyone will go out of their way to
Can you be a civilized white man and have some decorum?
Everyone who goes into the fucking NFL wants himself a long, blue-eyed white chick, okay? Doesn't
Are you
matter
that
if he's fucking
insecure, bro?
Tyrone. They all...
Okay, let me give each of you 60 seconds. Go ahead, Goo, because Dr. T-Robs here has been rambling.
I just want T-Robs to not have the temperament of a Negro on Clubhouse and to have civilized decorum. We can have a conversation 60 seconds each, right, as you just said, Taro. So go ahead. What I'm saying is you can't say that everyone is determined by their biology. That's just simply not true. The texture of one's hair or the size of one's nose or the color of one's skin doesn't determine how they think or like you can't. You're applying value judgments to people's appearance, phenotypical appearance.
Insurance agency about that.
An insurance agency? What are we talking about here?
How do you think they determine things? On averages, on wide sweeping categorizations. This is such a ridiculous libtard statement. I didn't take you to be a libtard.
But do they do it based on race?
No, you have to only speak on averages. Like
you can't even define what white is. You can't even define what white is. That was the initial question that he asked you.
That may be dissatisfactory to you, but you're saying that as if I meant to give a fuck what you think. I give an answer, you didn't like it. How you received it is not my responsibility. But it is a fact. White people are Northern Europeans. The other white people...
Dr. T-Robs, I got a follow-up question for you, Dr. T-Robs.
I actually agree. No, wait, look, I actually agree with you, T-Robs. I agree with you, though.
Amazing.
You're actually more...
May I jump in here?
Mr. Anderson, you're more
white Northern Europeans.
I agree with you. I agree.
Okay, hold on. Joe asked to join. So go ahead, Joe. Joe, go ahead. Give Joe 60 seconds. You guys have had 60 seconds. Go ahead, Joe.
Because Mr. Anderson's more consistent with his ancestors than a lot of current white nationalists are.
It's just a follow-up question. The first is a rhetorical one. Mr. Anderson, are you familiar with Stockholm Syndrome? Because these godless, atheist, leftist, white folk are literally the ones responsible for flooding your nation with all these third world Muslims, yet you would still willingly choose to live with them because you share the color of your skin with them, even though they are the enemy of your state.
He thinks it's Jews that are letting them all in.
It's incorrect. What Joe has said is a truthful statement. It is white Christians that are truly the cause, right? They are the ones pulling the levers themselves.
I said atheist, by the way.
They're culturally Christians. They were born into Christian nations. They were raised, whether they like it or not, under Christian values, under Christian established legal systems. Whether they are practicing and they go to church or not, they are culturally Christian at a minimum, if not Christian. Okay. By comparison, so we're talking very generalizations.
So why would you choose living next to them? For them being...
Here's why. You're absolutely correct. Okay, here's why. Because, yes, as Goo is pointing out, it is that they do not know better. I have hope because I was once one of those people. I used to believe that George W. Bush and Tony Blair were good people. I used to believe in, like, the Iraq War was a good thing. I was, fuck yeah, Iraq War. Fuck yeah, let's go to Afghanistan. Fuck yeah, like, I believed most approved narratives. And I woke up. And I have faith that other people too can wake up. And I would rather that than dilute centuries of standing on the shoulders of giants to throw it away in a single generation.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was a clever response.
Wait, standing on the shoulders of giants instead of throwing it away? I mean, who likes Tony Blair and George W. Bush?
When I go to the graveyard and I look at, when I go to the graveyard, see my relatives, I look around and I see the memes. And I don't see...
Wait, did you say memes?
That's exactly what I said. I don't see Muhammad's. I don't see Stein's. I don't see any other foreign names. I don't see Lee's, Tong's, Wong. I don't see names that are not ethnically from these lands.
Yeah, you see people that died there.
And I do not wish to see that radically transform in a single generation on the whims of a group of politicians which are not serving the will of the people.
So are you gonna like pick up a rifle and fight like the English government, which is fucking you over, and your own Irish government? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna make your dog into like an attack dog and like go He-Man? How are you gonna build a helicopter? Are you gonna like fly a plane, or what are you gonna do, Dr. T-Robs?
To take back control, but they've been betrayed. We actually have worse immigration today after Brexit than before, almost as a punishment. But yet, that's not people.
You're being punished for your insolence.
So this hope that you have...
Brexit was more about the Eastern European immigration than it was the Muslim immigration. No, it's true,
though. You weren't fucking here. You're not fucking British.
It is true, though.
No, incorrect. Incorrect. You know.
Well, guess what, buddy? Stop speaking on American politics because you're not American. Blah, blah, blah. You have a lot to say about American politics.
You couldn't give me an answer why my mother is not
Hezbollah.
aware of
I think it was last week or the week
when she
before,
doesn't typically vote
like bombing of
Brexit.
Beirut,
You could not articulate.
and it hasn't provoked them.
Is there a...
From the research that I have conducted, my takeaway is that most Brits were upset with the Eastern European immigrants rather than
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Not true.
Same goes for other groups.
Right? I can name
And so, like, you guys literally get along with nobody. And we can even look in East Asia.
Some of the best working.
Let's say
that
Judaism is like version 1, Christianity 2, and Islam 3.
They used to work under me in the last job that I had about 12 years ago, right? Some of the nicest and best integrated people you could ever ask for. No complaints. No complaints. And they don't take to handouts. They're the first ones to fucking volunteer for fucking overtime. They do the hardest fucking jobs. Some of them supersede that when they arrive. They start their own businesses. They start their own businesses. And they've added real value.
You sound like a retard.
They've literally integrated. White Christian people integrated
I
into
don't
another
care
white
about what
Christian
you have
country.
to say, because you have proven to just talk about
So let me ask you, is
passports
there an
and how
actual
to white women, etc., etc. When you got something good to say, then I'll care.
Are you trying to say
The reason that
people in Poland aren't white?
hold on.
No,
Amazing.
they're not.
Okay, they're not.
Is there
You just said only Northwestern Europeans were white.
I didn't say incorrect. Play the replay back. You see, their tricky games have started already. I did not say Western.
Okay, what did you say?
I did not say West. You see, no.
What did you say? I thought you meant Northwestern European.
The games have already played.
You know, because the term white was reserved for Northwestern Europeans
No,
initially.
you see, you are projecting me.
We have over
I thought
1,000 years of
that's
cancer. What
that's
is
the
the oldest
definition
one
that you were
that
going by.
Obviously, Israel,
So,
but 3 generations
Okay, if
ago,
I was wrong, I'll
they killed each other, and
so
it
can you
was
clarify what your
No, they didn't.
definition
That's
was?
ChatGPT.
Northern Europeans. So where do you draw the
I'm just
line?
curious, as a proud
Do you think I
Moroccan,
consider
okay,
Germans-
I know like Jeff
Historically,
probably
let's
had
not say
his
today.
people
Do you
had to
think
leave
historically I consider
Morocco,
Germans to be
but,
white?
or Algeria, excuse me.
You?
But why your
Oh,
people are
no, my
people
people
are in
came
charge.
that my people came from Morocco.
Wait.
Morocco, okay, so
I thought you said it was like 400 years or
Okay, I'm
something.
going to speak real slow. I'm going to say it for a third time. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that I believe that Germans
The experience of
white
union in
Europeans?
It doesn't matter what you believe.
No, that's not what I fucking asked you.
The majority of Western intelligentsia did not consider Germans to be white.
That's
In fact, they considered them to be
That's
swarthy.
not what I fucking asked.
It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you think.
We're going to return to
Mr. Anderson, it doesn't matter what you think.
You asked me what my definition of being a white was, and I said Northern Europeans. Later, then
And
we went
it's
to try and
clearly
add
it's
that. No,
inconsistent.
incorrect. You tried to add in
It is
Western,
inconsistent.
and I said that is not a truthful statement.
Because
You're lying.
dude,
You're
first
adding
off-
words. So
first off,
now
your
I'm
definition
showing
of
that you're a
white is
fucking
based-
fool.
it's based on
Just
phenotype.
take the L, bro. Just
This
fucking take
isn't.
the L.
It's
Take
no
the L.
basis for ethnic
as well as
identity.
I know
It's
that
not an
Germans-
identity.
Okay, so this is
Mr.
called
Anderson.
Republicans Comedy Podcast.
It's
It's
a
like,
political-
basically, this is my political
It's a
campaign.
political designation.
It's a podcast, and I'm incorporating
White
comedy
they were
as I
the
run for the
ruling
16th
intelligentsia of
District
America
Congressional
at one
District
point.
here in Illinois.
Oh, okay. Where?
This is a group of people on a social audio app
from
called Clown House
Northwestern
that
Europe.
debate their
Okay,
stupidity.
primarily
It's a low IQ vibration room, but
The British Isles.
And
Northern Germany.
and
Some Dutch.
okay. What is geographically more northern of Germany within continental Europe? What's the next neighboring country?
Well, why are we doing this?
Because you're saying that there's no fucking white people in Poland. Because you're a fucking.
They're not white. They don't
They're
identify
fucking,
as white.
It's literally next door.
Slavs
And
don't
there's
identify
parts
as
of
white,
Poland-
dude.
There's parts of Poland which are more northern
Eastern
than
Europeans
fucking
were
Germany.
not
You're a
considered
fucking-
white
just take
for the
fucking L.
for a very
Just take the
long
fucking
time.
L.
There is no L
You-
here.
No, but this is a fucking.
This
answer
is
to a
your
question
this
that
is your
wasn't
own
asked.
confession,
No,
though.
incorrect. You
Yes,
fucking
it is.
You asked me what my definition was.
Yes, it is.
No,
And I'm
now
telling
you're trying
you-
to say, well,
and I'm
we're
telling
doing
you
the lib talk. This is the lib
And
talk
this
too.
comes full circle because
This
the
is
reason
appeal-
why
Listen,
the
you
reason why
fucking
the
Mexican
Brexiters
special,
were so
you're
upset about
doing
Eastern
the lib
Europeans,
talk move. This
and
is
it
the
comes
appeal
down to the
authority.
fact
Well, historically
that Brits
speaking,
do
people
not
do
view-
think this. Nigger,
They-
if
I'm-
you
hey,
fucking
look,
listen, you asked me for
British
my
people do
definition.
not view Eastern Europeans as their own ethnic kin. This is the fact.
By
true.
comparison, listen, nigger, on this
Hey.
you don't consider people from the south.
Sorry, I'm filming a political campaign here, comedy show. N-words are not allowed on this podcast.
Amazing. Okay, Wigger, right, Wigger. You wish you were fucking white. We don't consider people on
No,
this
senor.
island. We don't people in Scotland.
Please
more
accept
northern than
me
you.
into the white race,
People
man.
in Scotland will go to war over one another in their.
This
different
guy's name is
towns and
T-Robs.
cities,
He lives in
primarily
Northern
for
Ireland. He's a
football.
racist,
It's also
Jew-hating,
religious.
bigot,
But
racist.
in comparison to other cultures, like the fucking invasion of Muslims, Catholics and Protestants who've been at fucking war for decades here, bombing the shit out of it, killing thousands of each other, came together, united, and fucking protested against the government's arm in arm because we are more alike than we are different.
Yeah,
And we are much more
I know
similar
what you're
than
referring
we're
to,
much
but
more similar than any other
That's-
fucking
that's-
group
that's
that's
not as
invading. Okay,
that's not as
amazing.
yeah, but it's
that
not
is
as
perfect.
pervasive as you're making it out to be.
It is fucking
The
perfect.
Irish still resent the British a lot.
you.
Say the Irish.
The majority.
Incorrect.
Correct. Yes.
Why do they speak an English language? Why do they have a parliamentary system which
Does
is
that really need to be explained to you? Really?
Yeah, it does. If they're so proud of themselves and they're so anti,
They are proud.
Why do they speak? Why do they?
And they're
speak
being
their own
and
language? Why don't they
unfortunately
speak their own language?
unfortunately
See, let the record show this faggot is tap dancing
the-
all the way
the
from the
record
point which
shows
he got
that the
shut
Irish-
down on 2 different points ago. So now he's trying to make this an anti-Irish debate, when actually
I'm
the
not
point is
anti-Irish,
what we
I'm
were
pro-Irish.
originally talking about, which Joe asked me.
I
He's
think
left
the
because
Irish
you've
are
been
being
such-
dicked by the
you've
big
been
government.
such a dipshit.
Dude, You have no decorum.
Northern
Argue
Europeans
like
include Germans. It includes
Why are
Poles,
you so
It includes
triggered?
all of Scandinavia. It also includes. I'm sorry to tell you. It also includes. Have a guess. It includes parts of Russia. Northern Europeans.
Yeah. Hate to break it to you, but Northwestern Europeans viewed the Ruskies as Asiatic. They've never viewed the Russians as one of their own. That's just simply not true. It's ahistorical.
The mixed meat special. This is like listening to a Jew tell me what it is to be a Christian, or a Muslim telling a Jew what it is to be a Jew.
Do you just commit fallacies all the time?
Amazing. It just
like you argue like a black person. You hate black people so much, but you're a lot like them. You
That's so
argue just
funny.
like them.
But
you do.
But
you right away. But dude,
if I'm
but
arguing like
can
a
you
black
listen to
person,
yourself?
But
can you listen to yourself?
Why can't you win the argument?
Please take a step back.
Why can't
take
you
deep
win
breaths
the argument? If I'm okay
and reflect on how
The
you've been
experience
reacting.
of union in with
Why
and
can't you can't?
But
Why
did
can't
you
you
right
defeat
away?
it?
But listen,
Why are you so
right away
infected
start
The experience-
insulting people,
You're so infected.
and you go crazy, and
Really?
you crash
Really?
out.
You're literally
Relax.
guilty of that of which you're accusing
Can you be a civilized white
No,
Westerner and have any decorum?
not in the face
Why?
of those.
Just do it. We can have a conversation and be respectful gentlemen, but you're incapable of doing that
Listen, nigga,
because you have severe brain rot, and you've been your mind is rotting, Mr. Anderson. There's no argument here.
You cannot
There's no
handle
argument
the
here.
truth. You read about it online in your mother's fucking basement. You don't fucking experience.
Okay, Dr. T-Robs, take it easy. We got Dr. Marshall here in the room. Marshall, I'm running for the 16th Congressional District here in Illinois for Congress. I need your vote. I need you to help me knock on some doors. This is my attempt to reframe my campaign into a comedy routine. I'm going to slay him at the ballot box with comedy. And I hope, Dr. Marshall Rankin, you can slur some comedy into the system. Thank you all very little, and thank you all for coming. We'll call you. Don't call us. Welcome, Dr. Sam. I'd like to introduce you to... I'd like to introduce you to my shit.
away like a little bitch. Amazing.
Sam, welcome. We are sitting here talking to a Jew-hating racist loser named T-Robs. He's in my room because Diego's in a room that he can't get into, so he doesn't have anybody else to stir the pot with.
Fucking fake hottie who's actually a tranny, so fuck, sucks to be you, bro.
It does. It sucks losing your hair. But you know what sucks more? Living in Northern Ireland, hating the Jews.
In an ethnic state, when you say that you love all the Irish.
The Jews could only dream of what I have.
Chicago every summer, he says.
I love these Irish girls that come here. Oh, you should have seen this one at the restaurant. She gave me her number, and then the next year.
You know what I don't ever hear? I don't ever hear white men saying that about African or Muslim. It's amazing. Where's all the free porn?
I could show you. I could show you what's on Hinge, and I would agree with you on the Africans, but I would disagree on some of the Muslim women.
Okay, let's go to porn.
But I'm not going to convert to Islam, and they're never going to date.
Viewed, right? Because when given the freedom to choose, right, it's free at the point of consumption. It's free porn, right? You can just watch it. What are the videos that get the most views?
It's women.
White, Christian, blonde, blue-eyed girls. That's statistically.
But they're not Christians. They're not Christians.
That is a statistic.
They're not Christian.
It's the blacks, bro. Oh, it's the Muslims. It's those little Asian chicks. No, bro. It's the little blonde, blue-eyed girls that they convince in their tricky ways to go and defile themselves. It always has been and always will be. It's not even my opinion. You can listen to Jews talk about their creation of the porn industry and
the experience of
how they literally talk about every Jewish little boy's wet dream is to sleep with Catholic girl. Hilarious. I'll play the clip, bro. And I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but these are like two influential people in the porn industry. He literally said the guy who's primarily speaking, he's talking about the like godfather of the porn industry within the United States, which was created in the 70s, and this guy owned like 200 stores, and like he had basically charged other people that wanted to shelve his product at tax. Oh, that was my godfather. Oh, and he also died in prison. Amazing. But anyway, so I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but it's a very interesting like 6-minute clip.
Yeah, don't go. Wait, I gotta tell you something. My friend is Jewish, and he had a girlfriend who was Catholic, and I was confused. What was that? What was going on there?
But bro, they're God's chosen people. Why would they ever mate with anyone that's not of the chosen class?
Oh my God, it makes sense now. It's like, what the hell's this about?
That's right.
You know, T-Robs, have you... T-Robs.
Do you think all the wealthy Jews marry other Jews? No.
T-Robs, I got a question. I got a question for you, T-Robs. T-Robs, I don't know.
They go get themselves a nice hot white Catholic girl.
Hello, Dr. T-Robs, can you hear me?
Oh, interesting. That is.
Hello?
What was Harvey Weinstein's
Is this mic on?
What was Harvey Weinstein's wife?
You know what? Adam Sandler did that too, didn't he?
I don't know. I've never seen Adam Sandler.
Are she? What are we? You're saying Catholic? What about Protestants?
At this point, it's interchangeable. But the Jews in this clip literally said Catholic, but they.
Marshall said he can't vote for me because he lives in Texas.
What? Okay, now are we talking about practicing Catholics or just by title Catholic?
I'm going to imagine that we're talking about people that are culturally Christian, people that were raised in Christian countries. They don't have to be devout Christians themselves, although they might revel in that the most, right? Like converting. In fact, you know what? They do. Because you see, when they get a preacher's daughter, oh, they love to talk about that. Oh, you're a preacher's daughter. Oh my God, it's so kinky. Blah, blah, blah. Why did you reject the church? Oh, yeah. Like, that's a fucking shtick, dude. You type in the keywords. You'll find preacher's daughter porn, right? Some little fucking Christian girl who they, like, claw away from Christianity and they get to defile.
Now, wait a second. So you're talking about this, like, I had no idea about this, but now I'm connecting the dots. I'm laughing about this.
Oh, bro, you're beginning to notice. Oh, don't you start noticing?
Yeah, I am. Now, but one
hey, bro, just look at some of the biggest names in
New York City.
Ron Jeremy is a what?
That had been
The fucking, the ones that...
Herschel
Bro,
was a...
madness, bro.
Oh, yes.
Seymour Butts was
What
the
What
name
do you
next to
mean?
one
Like,
of the
how is
list,
it madness?
all the male performers in the earliest.
I was an 800 square foot place, and I ain't gonna complain about it, okay? Because I lived in a room outside that 2,000 square.
Beginning to notice, right? What's his name? Something Al Goldstein or something, like the fucking, what's his name?
But what decade are we referring to?
1 second.
Because when you say Ron Jeremy, you're referring to the 80s, the heyday.
So, Joe, welcome back to the Republican Comedy Show. This show is rapidly deteriorating. This comedy routine, you know, Kill Tony's going live shortly. We're going to have to mute all the speakers that ramble and just keep going and never end. Because this isn't the song that never ends. Hey, T-Robs, have you ever heard of the song called This Is the Song That Never Ends? Yes, T-Rob goes on and on, my friends. It's some people started doing something.
Who is Sam Roth?
Look at this, he's drowning out, so we don't get to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to cover up a conspiracy of epic proportions. So I don't know if you saw today, there was a congressional hearing with regards to JFK's assassination. And it turns out that it was the Pentagon and the Central Intelligence Agency that killed our beloved President John. It wasn't what you call Dr. T-Robs. It is.
It's Ben Shapiro speaking. Who is Sam Roth and why is he important?
Who is Dr. Sam Roth and why is he important to the conspiracy furry in the back of my fucking head?
Pornography protected speech.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, mister, do you
Why
know this
would they
story?
advocate for a man that doesn't participate in the industry?